It's Week 9 of the 2024 season. And up next are the Texans' veteran quarterback, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Texans and the Colts, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Colts in this matchup. Their run game has proven superior so far this season, but that could change this week because now they face the best defensive front in the NFL. It won't be easy for them, Charles, to let that ground game do the heavy lifting like they usually do.
I think you're right about that, and I'll guarantee they have a backup plan in place. I also don't think they want to shy away from what they do best, which is running the football. Maybe their style changes a little bit. Maybe the blocking scheme's different, but they're definitely going to test them in the run game before they abandon it.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a product of the University of Texas, their quarterback, Sam Ehlinger.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely you're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go, but if he can keep going at the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 22 carries, 104 yards.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same.
First and 10, Taylor now. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down. Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. So a first and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Second and 5 now. Ehlinger, they'll set up the screen to Taylor. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. From the gun, here's Ehlinger. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Ehlinger to throw. He's got Smith here. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Frank Reich here on 4th down is ready to try for 3. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The numbers for him from a week ago: 24 carries, 81 yards.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Tua now on first down. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. The Texans at 4-3, a game over 500. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Tua, pass incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you could build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Texans will take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Tua. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Tua now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua. He's got Jordan complete right side. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 30. From the gun, it's Tua. And this will be incomplete. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays, yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now Ellinger. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. As they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. To the right side, this is Taylor. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Here's Ellinger. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Holding, offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. From the gun on 3rd down, Ellinger. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Texans are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Play action. Now it's Tua. Hill puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's taken in by Callaway. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Second down, another run with Taylor. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. To throw is Ellinger. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. Now that play is blown up, losing 35. The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And here comes the Texans now. Well, it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the...
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Caught left side, it's Beckham. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz. A 5-yard pass on 1st down and another 5-yard connection there. Hands it off out of the gun. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Looking to pass. Tua throwing the out route incomplete. It's Schwartz. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows 1st down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Got a man open, it's Ross. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this down to the 33. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Tua. Incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st, as he can only get this to the 30. The kick by Elliott is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading 1st half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good. And
are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
To throw again on second down, Ellinger. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Ellinger to throw. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Now back to throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Throwing on 2nd and long. Ellinger. He gets this complete to Cephas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. He sets to fire deep. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. To throw on 2nd and 10. Ellinger. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And as they approach halftime, it's the Bears who are out in front. Corey Davis, a touchdown reception. Next, we head off to check out another game. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Tyler Boyd, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And that game all tied up as they host the visiting Giants. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game and down the stretch being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Tua going to throw. He's got him in. And complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give them 32 on the play. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. To the 36-yard line, stop there. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. A run for Pierce out of the gun. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. DeForest Buckner in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good, and they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3. So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they double that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you've kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
On 1st and 10, here's Ellinger. That's complete to Pierce. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. From the 27, Ellinger delivers another one to Pierce. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burko?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Ellinger to throw on first down. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So that challenge, a successful one. Open man here, Schwartz, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Second half, close game, and we're certainly seeing some exciting plays, but it's really been the defenses. That's now back-to-back drives that have ended with interceptions.
Yeah, the guys on the other side of the ball, as we like to say, the defenders, they've been the difference makers for their teams. And when they're taking their game up to this kind of a level, I want to see what happens with these offenses. Can they match them as this game goes on? Or will the defenders continue to have full control of this one?
And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Ellinger to throw on 1st and 10 here. And he can't find anywhere. Of 7 by multiple defenders.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. To try again after the sack. Ellinger. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now Ellinger. Forced out to his left. And this is going to be incomplete. Frank Reich here on 4th down is ready to try for 3. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And the deficit will stay at 2 field goals. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
From just shy of midfield, Tua is going to float this one deep right side. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Put it on the carpet, a fumble, and the Colts pick it up. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the 2nd half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the 2nd half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
On 1st down, it's Ellinger. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. Back to the air, it's Ellinger. That's taken in by Callaway. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. Got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They run once more with Taylor. And he is across midfield from one 49 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. Here's Ellinger. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust.
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take the blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a give to Taylor, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. Eluding and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one taken in by Cephas. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal. Desperation time. Here's Ellinger. Looking for Pearson. He's got him. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alec Pierce, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Texans offense set to... On play action, here's Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll only get this to the 47. 4 yards to pick up the 4. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And really a nice job there to make something out of that run. Sidestepping defenders for a pickup of 4. Pierce now up the middle. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. Tua sets up to pass it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Down to about the 32. 2nd down and 7. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. And they take the lead here by 2, 12-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but the amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And he's got it brought down right around the 37. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. To throw is Ellinger. Left side, he finds Pierce. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Ellinger. He gets this complete to Cephas. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Ellinger to throw. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. Back to throw again. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team.
On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. And the Texans force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So here are the Texans to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that's to the 30. It'll be 2nd down. A gain of 3, 2nd down. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Tagovailoa looking to throw it. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Houston. Odell Beckham, 68 yards. And the Texans use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case,
Important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that might just seal the deal here. It makes it a 2-score game with not a lot of time on the clock. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's OBJ, Odell Beckham, who ends it with a touchdown reception. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So the Colts now down by 9. And time, a huge factor. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On 1st and 10, here's Ellinger. He's got his man. It's Pierce. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Ellinger to throw on 1st and 10 here. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on 1st down. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ellinger. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So another 30 seconds to play. This is the game right here. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future they've got work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for Houston, the victory means they'll up their mark to 5-3 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Colts, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills.